in trying to collect my thoughts about what a camera would do for me in the classroom, I wasn't able to distinguish myself terribly effectively from my students, and so there are three major benefits that I see immediately accruing to a teacher who starts using these things. And the first is that you're creating a record. The record is relatively permanent, as permanent as electrons can be. And the point of that record is that I'm able to go beyond my plans for the class and my notes of what happened in the class and capture the actual back and forth, the exchanges. And that's a particularly important component of classes that are rich in discussion. And I rely very heavily on the Socratic method in my class. I would really like my students to be able to see in action how debate, where you're scoring points and trying to win, is different from inquiry. And often you're engaging in questioning and providing answers, but the questions are different and the answers are different. And I lose all that. I can't plan for it because I can't know what my students' responses are going to be, and I can't capture it because I'm too busy leading the discussion. So the first issue is the creation of a record. The second is the development of some way to relocate myself. I need to change my perspective, and I imagine that I can put myself in the minds of my students. I don't, effectively, but I can put myself in their chairs, and that's what a camera would do, and I would be able to see what it is that I look like. This turns out to be more important than I thought it was. I have teachers that I've modeled myself on who are roamers, and I've had teachers that I model myself on who are stand-in deliverers, and I do some of each. And unfortunately, out of the two sons I have, each of whom makes a living making presentations, each of them has broken in opposite direction and giving me advice. One person says, my oldest son who works in business, stand still. People watching you move around the stage are wondering where you're going next and not listening to you. The other one, who's an historian and engages people in philosophical arguments, roams around the classroom. He's a young teacher, but he's found that the movement helps to break up the monotony sometimes. And you can pick people to engage by walking up to them and sitting down next to them. So I do both of those things. I'd like to know what it looks like. I may be revising my views very quickly as to what I do in the room. Third issue, it's important to have something to chew over. It's important to have something to reflect on. And you need the artifact. You need the record to be able to say, I went in there intending to treat a certain kind of content and deliver it in a certain way. And I want to be able to compare my intentions with the actuality.